When he confronted Felix, when he confronted Agrippa, he said, Kai, too much knowledge, too much. You know, those days kings were taught well. A man was speaking knowledge by. Why I know that the principal purpose is for advancing the gospel. You need to understand that the gospel must impact society. You need to know. These people cleansed waters by the anointing. They discovered missing items by the anointing. The sons of the prophet went to cut wood. The only axe they had fell into the water. They were about to be in trouble economically. Elisha showed up. Where did it fall? He caught a stick and threw there. The axe began to float. But you, your own anointing is to, when you finish praying, you are walking like this. You should activate wisdom in people. You should give direction to people. You should impart graces on people. Recently, God told us to start speaking and training professionals and entrepreneurs. And I said, Lord, do I have to go and start reading about business principles? Say no. Teach them priesthood. Teach them faith. Teach them the use of the anointing. Teach them the mysteries of the kingdom, like sacrifice. Teach them principles of activations of graces. He said the edge they don't have is what you give them. You can speak in tongue and enter a board meeting. When you want to talk, your tongue is arrested. You start speaking wisdom. One of my friends, he's a consultant and a preacher. They were having a problem in one big conglomerate, and they gathered all the senior staff. They didn't know what to do. They brought business consultants. Why are there clashes? Why are they not going forward? Why is there quarrel everywhere? His name is PK, because when you talk like this, sometimes people think you are just talking. And it dresses, jeans, shirt, it just flows. But he knows what he carries. He can start prophesying in the board meeting. And the prophecy is not just your name is Peter. He can look at you and say that investment you want to do is wrong. Wait for 3 months. How did you know? He will go further. How did you know? He will go further. If we have anointed men, do you think some of the investments we did and lost monies that should advance kingdom, we will lose them? Somebody can sit next to you in church. He's about to go and throw 2 billion away in a wrong investment. And you sat with the person. The person can't pick it. You can't pick it. You prayed in tongues. You held hands together. The next day, do you know if that money is invested where? The proceeds can sponsor 10 crusades. It's the anointing. Why didn't you hold the person and say, hey, wait. What do you want to do tomorrow? Wait. That business, this is it. But don't do it. Kingdom resources they are leaking out. I didn't know this. Me too have been scammed. An anointed man. I carried myself, entered, through money. How? Because I thought anointing was blind eyes, cripples, raising them. I didn't know that the anointing is an empowerment. Did you see Jesus miss on any decision? There was precision. Anything he touched worked. A man of God once said, a group of businessmen called him and said, come and be a non-executive member of the board. We just want you there. There's something flowing in your life. And because he was there, he prospered. Did you not read that what's his name? Potiphar prospered because of Joseph? Did you not read that Laban prospered because of Jacob? What were they doing? They were operating by superior principles. It's the anointing, the ability of God in them. Even when Laban wanted to dupe Jacob, it was impossible. He had oil. He was inventing principles that never existed. If he wants animals to produce after any color, He knew what to do with trees. How did he? The principle of impartation was what the guy was using. You want animals that have stripe? He cuts a tree and stripe the tree, and they are mating looking at it, and he affect their color. Who taught him that? How? Is that also a biological principle? No, it's impartation. It's principle of impartation by radiation. Non-contact impartation. Non-contact. Because if you see me, you have it. So anything you see, you catch. He knew it. This guy was brought. He said when he entered the meeting and saw managers, big, you know, these people who touch, even from the skin you can tell. The perfumery, they what. He knew there was problem. Meanwhile, he came casual. He now sat down. They said, this is the person we brought to talk to us. He knew he was inadequate. He now said, excuse me. He went out to use the restroom, and he prayed in tongues for like 10 minutes. When he finished and came back, he said, when they now sat and said, talk to us, he just opened his mouth. He didn't know what he was saying, but he spoke non-stop for 1 hour. When he finished, everybody stood up and were clapping. Now, part of what he told them to do was that all of them should go for a picnic. And when they went for the picnic, he was the coach. They played badminton, they played volleyball, they swim together. When they finished, people who were keeping malice for 6 months were on the same team. They will score goal, they will hug themselves. New camaraderie. All the animosity died. All the bad air, bad belly died. Enemies came back as friends. They paid him several thousands of dollars. He pocketed his money, continued to preach. This one is consultation. He won't come to the altar and say, put money on my shoe and get 10 million. No. The anointing heightened his intelligence. He went and spoke to business CEOs. You know, we limit God. Psalm 78 verse 41. He said they doubted him, so they limited the Holy One of Israel. We limit God. If you think the anointing is all about casting out devils, opening blind eyes, it will work where and it will stop there. Do you think we run ministry without intelligence? There are 3 major components of ministry. Number 1 is intimacy. If you lose your intimacy with God, ministry is finished. Number 2 is the work of soul winning and discipleship. And then number 3 is administration. Do you know what it means to coordinate people, coordinate human resources? People older than you, those who are young, those who are distracted, you are coordinating those systems on a global scale. There's intelligence. You can't go to the world and think anointing is lay hands on people, they fall down. Now they fell down, they rose up, nothing happened. There's an ability on your inside. Anything anybody does, if you do yours, there will be a distinction. Because you carry an anointing. You carry an anointing. I'm not saying merchandise the oil. When you serve God, you serve to glorify him and to help humanity. But I'm saying that oil on your life cannot leave you the same. It will heighten your propensities. That's the anointing. But if you don't allow your horizon to be broadened, you will sense the oil like electricity, like fire. It will end up with the euphoria in the church auditorium. And it will go out there. You will still start looking for help. Whereas you are the help God sent to society.